What's going on, everybody? Oscar back with an all new video for you. So today I want to talk about a series that I just started reading. I've seen this on the Viz Shonen Jump app, and I've liked it quite a bit. Wasn't sure, what I was getting into, but when I found out it was the same mangaka who did Rosario Vampire, I was sold, and yeah, I loved every second of it. I don't own any Rosario Vampire. I watched the anime, and I've seen both seasons of the anime, and I'm thinking about trying to buy someone's series off of Mercari or something. Just buy their whole Rosario Vampire collection from Mercari. But right now, what we are actually talking about is Ghost Reaper Girl. So let's do this. So pretty much this series is about a girl who is in her 20s. She's 28 and she looks way younger than 28, and she kind of looks like a lolly. And this dude right here is into lollies and it creeps her out a little bit. I've really enjoyed this so far. I think it's really well drawn, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to get myself into with this series, but a friend of mine really enjoyed it. My friend Justin, who I've converted into manga, had been reading it for a while, and because he was enjoying it so much, I figured I'd give it a shot, and I've also become a bit of a fan of it. I really want to do a video about it. I want to talk about it. Yeah, let's get into it. I hope that you enjoy this video. Please stick around. I got a lot of stuff brewing, a lot of new stuff working. Going to be dropping a manga haul video in a couple of weeks, and I think I got a lot of really good stuff, and this is going to be in it as well. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video. I'm going to do a voiceover right now, show you a bunch of panels from this manga. So Ghost Reaper Girl follows Chloe Love, a failed actress in her late 20s, 28 years old to be exact, as she goes hunting for new roles. Despite nearing 30, she still looks like a teenager. It may be this same girlishness that has helped her continue to get work, though it's usually not the kind of work she wants. The roles are for playing dead bodies or playing someone who gets killed on screen. Dead body number 34. Something like 30 roles she's played, and only one of them was of any significant value. Kinda reminds me of Satoshi Kon's Perfect Blue, only this is nowhere near as messed up or psychologically crushing as that. Chloe had a lead role in a series called Ghost Reaper Girl. It was short-lived and not something Chloe is fond of reminiscing about. While doing an interview for a new role, she meets with the producer, who at first it seems is coming on to her. Then we realize he's been possessed by some sort of freaky ghost-like creature. Kinda looks like Slimer from the original Ghostbusters. At first you're led to believe she's a damsel in distress who will come to save her. Then she kicks the producer in the face and makes a break for it. You wouldn't know it to look at her, prim and proper. Chloe had once lived on the streets growing up, spent many nights alone, hungry, and tired. She had to fend off scumbags who meant to assault her, and it made her feral. She learned to take care of herself. Chloe eventually makes it to relative safety after the producer ghost attack. Only not long after she is attacked again, but by an even greater number of ghosts. Why go to all this trouble for one woman? And why Chloe? They want control of her body. She has a certain glow about her that seems to attract these ghosts like a beacon. This time around, she is saved by a guy in a single button jacket, no other shirt on beneath it. She has no idea who this mystery man is or why he's saving her, but he seems to know about her all too well. Chloe appears to be falling for him, love at first sight. Then he opens his mouth, and all that built-up tension goes right out the window. He tells her he is a lolicon and Lolitas are to be protected. With those words, any and all goodwill Chloe had goes south. In her eyes, he goes from handsome and charming to creepy and lecherous at the drop of a hat. Kai is his name, and he's been keeping a keen eye on Chloe for some time now. Even though she is capable of taking care of herself, sometimes we all need a helping hand. In her case, it's definitely true, as recently escaped spirits from Hades are after prime vessels to overtake, and hers is on the menu. There are a plethora of situations and misunderstandings, not to mention the comedic timing is great. It falls so quickly into the shoujo look of the 90s and early 2000s whenever anything deemed even slightly romantic happens. Then it is immediately shattered by someone doing or saying something completely dumb. Kinda wondering if this is gonna turn into a harem. Chloe already has two dudes at her side, including a familiar named Noel. Noel is essentially a catboy, but he looks more like a vampire. He does this kind of corny thing where he makes some of his words into cheesy puns, such as saying perfect, like a cat purring. He also adds meow to the beginning of words. I'm sure someone out there will find it endearing, but it won't be me. Just not my thing. I love the drawings. The action scenes are actually really well done. When Kai and Chloe come together to fight, it makes for some of the better paneling. Not much in the way of fan service from what I remember, which I'm more than okay with. I'm burned out on that sort of media. Funny considering that this is the same dude who wrote Rosario Vampire. And this is pretty toned down from what I saw in Rosario Vampire though. However, that was the anime version that I watched. I haven't read the manga, so I have no idea if there is uncensored nudity in it. In the anime, the fan service was pretty considerable, if I remember correctly. I have no idea what comes next in Ghost Reaper Girl, or what will happen overall in Volume 2. It is a Shonen Jump manga, so it also kind of makes sense. It's not super over the top sexually. I mean, there is a bunch of lolly references, but I don't think it's that bad, especially when the lead is an adult, an almost 30-year-old adult at that. I've really enjoyed the characters so far. Noel is kind of annoying, but I don't hate him. In time and seeing where his story goes, I might even like his character more in the future. I like Kai and how much of a degenerate he is. He is the comedic element for sure. He has a DVD for every single movie and TV show Chloe has ever been in. He even shares his collection with Noel. If Chloe has a super fan, it's Kai. It reminds me of that 90s MTV series Fanatic. That's how old I am. I remember watching Fanatic on MTV. My favorite episode was probably the one with Eminem. Saw it when it aired. I could see Kai on Fanatic, meeting Chloe Love, and spending an evening with her, along with an MTV film crew, as they document the interaction. Kai gets more than that though. More than one evening. So much more. He becomes a protector for her. Still, Chloe does a fair job of protecting herself. However, in the end, they just may end up benefiting each other. So, I wasn't really sure, what I was getting myself into when I started reading Ghost Reaper Girl. Because, the artwork kind of, makes me think of, a shoujo type of thing. And this might actually be a shoujo for all I know. Could be marketed to girls. Like I said, I know the dude who wrote this also wrote Rosario Vampire. And I haven't ever read Rosario Vampire, but I did watch the anime, and I enjoyed the anime quite a bit. It came out in my era of watching anime, when I was a teenager or whatever, and in the 2000s, in the mid 2000s, when anime had a completely different, style of look. How everything looked once upon a time to how anime looks now. And it wasn't as polished up, and all that anime from the mid 2000s and whatnot, early 2000s had a really distinct style. Yeah, I guess this mangaka had a different name while he'd been doing Rosario Vampire, and since he started doing Ghost Reaper Girl, he changed his name to, or his pen name to, Akisa Saike, which I'm not sure if it's meant to be a little more feminine or not, if that was the stylistic choice. But if you notice, this is more, the way that this is centered is different than the way that manga is typically centered. And I thought it was kind of funny, because I started to go from the back, I usually do with manga, and then you get greeted with this right here, the "you're reading the wrong way" thing. I just thought that was cool to see that this was done like this. Because it's the same thing with Blade of the Immortal. If you've read Blade of the Immortal, it's the same deal. Where it's set up from this side instead of being over here, instead of being on the back. It opens from the front. So yeah, it opens like a Western book would, and not like a Japanese book would. But I'm going to be doing a video series sooner or later about Blade of the Immortal. I've decided to start collecting the rest of these volumes. I have the first volume. I've had the first volume forever, and I've never read it. But I told Justin, my editor -- really good friend, really good close friend, that I would read this series. So sooner or later I'm going to be doing a Let's Review about Blade of the Immortal. I'm going to collect the whole series. I think there's 10 volumes. I'm going to collect the whole series, and then I'm going to start doing a Let's Review. But my next Let's Review series is going to be about Prison School, which is right there. So I'm going to be behind my alien that I got in Indiana. So I was in Indiana. I was in I was in Indiana like yesterday. I was in Indiana like last Sunday till like yesterday. Like I got up at like 5 in the morning to check out of my hotel room, go to work, and then, go catch my plane back to South Florida. So like I got a promotion where I work, and because of the promotion that I got, I had to fly out to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And on the way back, I was like, I had time to kill, so I was just farting around. And like I saw like a little gift shop, and I saw this little alien, and I just thought it was really cute. And like I have a gator, I have an alligator back there. You can kind of see him. I have an alligator back there, and then I also have like an octopus. I just thought it'd be cool to add an alien. But anyways, like while I was at this airport in Indiana, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I met this really nice woman. I won't dox her. I'm not gonna say her name or anything, but I'll show you like a picture of a couple of her cosplays. So I'll put like 2 of her cosplays right there. I'm eating my hair. I'll put a couple of her cosplays right there. Really cool person. We hit it off really well. She's actually down here in Florida. She's in Orlando though. Like I live much further south from that. And I was even thinking like maybe at some point she would be interested in coming down further south to hang out with me. And like because I would love to like interview her, like as a cosplayer. And like she does a lot of the just like modeling or whatever. And so like I've never thought about interviewing anyone on the channel, but I thought it would be cool to like interview her. And so like if she's down, like maybe I could convince her to like come down here and show her pretty much like South Florida. And that kind of I guess leads into this, right? Since we have ghouls and whatnot, and this girl right here who is an actress, Chloe, who is an actress and has played a bunch of different roles and dressed up as a bunch of different characters. And now she has become a character that she dressed up as, which is Ghost Reaper Girl, which is one of her early roles. And now she's in her late 20s, but she looks super young, so she still kind of plays like a youngin'. I'm really looking forward to the next volume. Like in the middle of reading this, I was just like, okay, you got me. I want volume 2, so I pre-ordered volume 2. I can't wait for that to come out. And yeah, I mean, it's a great series. Please tell me what you think. I actually have a video that's going to be coming out really soon, maybe like a month or so. I've decided to read some like shoujo-esque rom-com type stuff. So I'm going to be doing a video about that in the next month or so. I'm going to be picking up like 3 or 4 more series. I think one of them I already have. It should be arriving today if it hasn't already arrived yet. And then yeah, I'll be doing a video. I'm not going to say the name of the video just yet. But once I get closer to actually making that video a reality, I'll reveal what it is. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to branch out. I'm always trying to do different things. I want this channel to expand and grow. And, I mean, like, it's wild to me that anyone at all would sub to me. Even though I don't have, like, a huge sub count, that, like, 130 people, actually subbed to me. Like that's really cool to me. And like I remember like being happy about having like 34 subs. I think in one of my videos I was like, thanks for 34 subs, and now like I have like 130 subs. And even though it's not like a massive number of people, that's still like a lot of people to me that cared enough to sub to me, that cared enough about my opinion. So this is getting way too long. I didn't want it to be this long. I just wanted to say thank you for hanging out with me. If you want to sub to the channel, I do appreciate it. If you want to comment as well, like I always love reading people's comments and like what people have to say. Or if you have any recommendations for me stuff that you think that I would like, yeah, please drop it. Until next time we meet, I hope that you all take care of yourselves. Good night and good luck.